The difference between seeing a therapist and seeing a coach is, on the simplest level, coaching is about the future and therapy is about the past. So coaching is brilliant for helping you achieve things. Something coaches can often say is helping you be your best self, live your best life. Therapy is about all the things that might get in the way of that. So, for example, if you think you're going to hire a coach to because you want to further your career, that's great, particularly if you know where you want to go. But if you don't know where you want to go and don't know why you don't know where you want to go, and if you keep falling out with your bosses or quitting your job with no warning and you're not sure why you do that, then a therapist is who you want. Well, if you see a therapist who's also a coach, the approach might be different. It kind of depends on the individual, and it's always a good idea to speak to anyone you're hiring in either capacity, coach or therapist, and ask them about their approach. But if you see a therapist who's also a coach, you're likely to do the therapy bit first, because therapy helps you with all the roadblocks that get in the way. Coaching is usually about setting a goal and how can I work towards this goal, and therapy helps you with all the roadblocks that trip you up. Maybe negative beliefs, maybe deep down you don't believe you can achieve that goal. Maybe you suffer from what gets called imposter syndrome, and those are the therapy things to work on. And if you don't work on the therapy issues first, the coaching bit won't work. If you're not sure which one you need, whether you need therapy or whether you need coaching, ask yourself, be really as honest with yourself as you can, and ask yourself, can I think straight about things? Do I get in a muddle about what my goals are or achieving them? If you do, that's a therapy issue to sort out, because to get the best from coaching, you need to know what you want and be able to think straight about it. And you need to be able to trust yourself to go after a goal. Coaches will sometimes ask you, what's the likelihood out of 10 that you will do this thing? Coaches tend to give you homework, therapists don't. So coaches quite often ask you, what's the likelihood out of 10, with 10 being the most likely, that you will do this thing we're talking about? And if your answer is kind of 1 or 2, because I know actually that I just go silent around authority figures, then it's therapy you need. And if any kind of difficult feelings are getting in the way, it's therapy you need. So if you tend to get into panics about presenting at work, it's not, you can have all the coaching in the world about how to present, but if you are going to stand there panicking with your hands shaking and go completely numb and can't speak, it's therapy. Coaching compared with therapy is more likely to have a lower frequency. You often see a coach once a fortnight, maybe once a month, and talk about what you've done around your goals in that time since you last met, and then set some more goals for the next fortnightly session. With therapy, it works best with regularity. So anything less than once a week for therapy really researches badly, so you're kind of wasting your money. You can go fortnightly sometimes when you've been seeing a therapist for a long time, and you're working towards an ending, but it's best to go regularly. So that can mean that it works out similar cost. The way I was trained as a coach, compared with as a therapist, is it's a good idea to charge quite a lot for coaching, because there's something about the brain. If you're paying a lot, you're more likely to do the things that you've signed up for. Whereas therapy, it so depends on your own resources, where you're at. Lots of therapists will offer you lower cost sessions if you're, say, furloughed or lost your job in the pandemic. So it's good to do some research, really. It's a very hard question to answer. It's good that Well-Doing is offering both coaching and therapy now, because Well-Doing is a site that helps you navigate through the genuinely confusing area of what's therapy, what's coaching, what kind of therapist do I need, what kind of coach. And by looking at Well-Doing and looking at what the individuals say on it about the way they work, it can help you figure that out. So it can only be a helpful tool.